Alright, hello, and welcome back to the channel for League Game 5 of the College Alumni Tournament. We are finally on the second half of the bracket, still the first round. If you missed any of the other games, go ahead and go back and watch those. Some really good games so far. And yeah, today we have a matchup between the 3 and the 14 seed, the 3 seed being LSU, and the 14 seed being USC. And yeah, should be a really good game. Again, this matchup is in the conference championship. Again, because we're doing them in franchise. Uniforms aren't the best today, but you know we made do with what we had. LSU rocking white home jerseys. And yeah, should be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and jump to the rosters. All right, starting off with LSU. LSU being the Saints, we got Joe Burrow at quarterback, Fournette at running back. Really good receivers, Jefferson, Chase, Odell, Landry, Moreau at tight end. Decent offensive line. Nothing super spectacular. Right tackle is really solid. Daniel Hunter at left end. A couple other solid pieces on the D-line. Some really fast linebackers with Deion Jones, Devin White, Patrick Queen. Secondary is really good. You got Tre'Davious White, Tyrann Mathieu, Jamal Adams. And Cade York will have the kicking and punting duties for LSU today. And yeah, let's see USC, who will have Sam Darnold at quarterback, Ronald Jones at running back. Some really good wide receivers. And they had so many receivers and not many tight ends, so we ended up moving Pittman and Drake London over to tight end. Overalls didn't really change much, so we left them there. Offensive lines definitely got some holes, but they do have guys like Tyron Smith. Yeah. Vera Tucker's also solid. Defense is pretty decent all around. As you can see, I'll just skim through it. Leonard Williams, one of the better players on the defense. Adoree Jackson, probably the second best. And yeah. Miguel, do you know how to pronounce this guy's name? Is it?
I thought it was Hufanga, but
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Just call him Palomalo Jr. And
Yeah,
then
I'm down to go with that.
yeah, you would call him whatever you want. I don't care. But yeah, punter and kicker are auto-generated. Well, stat-wise, 80 kick power, 60 kick accuracy for both of these guys. Since they didn't really have anybody. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the game. And you've already heard him a little bit, but also joining me today is Miguel. He's been with me for all the other games as well. Miguel, how you feeling about this game?
I'm expecting great things considering what we've seen so far. But if the first half of the bracket was great, I'm gonna assume the same thing for the second half.
I'd have to agree. I'm really excited to see LSU. LSU being one of the top 3 seeds. After the top 3, it kind of takes a bit of a dip. I mean, it's very top heavy. LSU being one of the teams that I think has a legit chance to go all the way.
So I'm assuming that's your pick for this game.
Oh yeah. You look at LSU's strengths being offense and like wide receivers and stuff like that. I mean, they're easily better than USC secondary. USC's big strength being wide receivers, but LSU having the defensive backs to combat that. So LSU's strength is not being shut down. USC's very well could be shut down. So we'll just have to see how it plays out.
I think my pick, it might be USC, but here's the thing. I like LSU. I really do. I don't like their current uniforms that they're wearing right now. So I might have to go with USC on this one.
Look, I mean, in real life they wear yellow helmets and a fumble.
Oh, fumble! LSU picking it up. That was Tyrann Mathieu with the scoop. Hey, even in this tournament, technically Tyrann Mathieu hasn't changed team.
This is true.
All right, now was that? I'm trying to see if that's a legit fumble or is that a fumble that Madden causes that they're gonna do a blitz review. I'm gonna be honest, it looks more like a legit fumble because I don't think he was fully down when the ball got out. But I'm curious to see what the officials are gonna have to say about this.
Considering they let all these animations play through, I'm pretty sure it's for real.
Oh, it is. All right. Starting the game off hot with a turnover. LSU showing dominance very early. Joe Shiesty in the pocket. He slings it to the check down and be a gain about 4 yards.
Already connecting with Jefferson. Ooh, my goodness. Who is he
Joe
throwing the
Shiesty
ball
throwing a
to?
pick. 2 turnovers within like the span of a couple plays. This game is definitely starting as a defensive battle. That even if he was throwing a tight end, that tight end was not even looking at
He went the
at the
block.
quarterback. I think that might have been some miscommunication between players on that play. That's a shame. You hate to see it, especially out of a guy like Joe Shiesty.
Deion Jones.
You didn't Ronald Jones?
No, Deion Jones is in on the stop.
I was going to talk about the running back. My bad.
Now, these linebackers, they hitting them holes.
One thing I will say, and I don't know if you noticed it, but on that run play, like couples back, if you looked at the way, what a diving swat! If you looked at the way Sam Darnold handed off, it looked like it was kind of like it could have been a read option. So maybe we see some read options out of Sam Darnold today.
Let's see. They are running the 49ers playbook, so not likely.
But it depends.
Maybe.
Are we talking about Garoppolo 49ers, Brock Purdy 49ers, or Trey Lance 49ers?
We talking the Kyle Shanahan 49ers. So,
but see, I feel like if you have for example, we got Lamar Jackson as your quarterback, you're gonna switch up the playbook to play to his strengths versus making him a pocket passer the entire game.
I mean, you would think that, but the way that Florida State played with Jameis, and these defenses,
Joe Shiesty getting sacked,
killing it right now.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like a war of defenses. Offense is really going slow for both teams. So I mean, I guess what you're seeing now, has your pick maybe changed a little bit?
No, I still think LSU's gonna win.
Okay. I mean, I am liking what I'm seeing from USC. I do feel bad for that one tackle that got beat off the block, but that's just better. The defender was the better man.
I kind of want LSU to win too. They'd just be a fun team to watch throughout the whole tournament. Create some fun matchups.
Lamar Chase picking up yards, getting 3rd and 12. Let's see if they can convert here. Oh, he throws, he completes it, but does not convert. So the question, do they punt, which would be a smart move, or would you go for it?
They're going to punt, and I would also punt. It's too early. Your defense can easily get you the ball back. You don't want to give them a chance to make a couple plays and take a lead with a field goal.
You got a good point. Me personally, I'm hard-headed, so I probably would have gone for it. LSU looking to punt. They do. And USC gets it. Gets tackled at the 38-yard line. Decent field position. Sam Darnold and his squad coming out. Sam Darnold is definitely somebody I personally am going to be paying attention to. Just because, I mean, me personally, I think, I don't think he deserves all the hate he gets. I mean, I see where he does receive some, but I don't think he deserves all of it. I'm kind of hoping he plays a decent game today. That's going to be Darnold calling for the sweep. Oh, they faked the sweep to get the inside zone, and guess what? They get it. 3 rushes, 3 yards for Ronald Jones.
Ooh, false start.
You hate to see that, especially after just converting to get the first.
Yeah, you never really want to start 1st and 15.
Two running backs in the backfield. Sam Darnold looking a bit worse for wear as he gets sacked by Woods. Yeah, so let's take a look at the replay. You know, Darnold realistically should have thrown it away, but just I think he got a little scared. He got caught up in everything that was going on and just got hit. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. You know, do you personally think it was a smart move to do a run right there?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. We both agree on that. And Darnold trying to drop back a little bit. Launches it, but gets hit as he does. And I believe that play actually only gets 1 yard. I thought it was going backwards. I mean, like you talked about earlier, LSU's defense is definitely a special kind of defense we got here, very dominant. And so we can clearly see that this defense is overpowering the offensive line, and that's going to be affecting Darnold in his game. Not only with sacks, but maybe getting some pressure and him throwing inaccurate passes.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, definitely wise to punt the ball earlier. LSU's defense does, in fact, make the stop. See if they can get some cooking on offense this time. Starting out pretty slow.
Do you think, well, let's say LSU does win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they can contend with the likes of Alabama, who we've seen put on dominant performance, as well as Georgia?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I'd say
No,
that as they get sacked.
Joe Shiesty getting sacked by the tag team of D linemen right there.
Yeah, on paper, you look at LSU's team, they got just about all they need. Offensive line's nothing special, but I mean, neither is the D-line, but you have guys like Danielle Hunter on the D-line, Collins on the O-line, and pretty much everything else is solid. Secondary is really good. Linebackers, while they're not overalls aren't the best, they're going to be all over the place. Passing options galore for the offense. Yeah, I mean, you got Joe Burrow running the show, which, I mean, yeah, he's one of, if not the best quarterback in the tournament.
Sadly, as of right now, it doesn't look like him and this offense have control of the game. And again, he gets fumble into the end zone. That is technically a scoop and score. USC getting on the board early. I don't think this was expected. I think I know I can speak for myself. I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting the first points to be USC and for them to get it like this.
Yeah, definitely not. Honestly, I didn't know if I thought about calling earlier saying that LSU was gonna shut out USC, but I mean the defense can't really do anything about that. LSU's offense has just been stagnant so far.
So now the real question: does USC keep up? Keep up with the scoring. Keep the lead, or does LSU find a way to rebound and get back in the game?
I'm hoping LSU finds a way to rebound, because if not, then this is going to be a very dull and low-scoring game, which is not what I expected between these two teams. I figured USC might get some going in the passing game with all the different passing options they have. Same with LSU. I figured this would be one of the best matchups for a shootout.
Well,
but right now it's looking all defense.
I was gonna say, well, before I'm gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, everything in between. If you have not watched the previous episodes, please go watch it, because I will spoil the last episode. But Ethan, if you remember correctly,
What about?
Notre Dame, that game that kind of started similar. That was going a very kind of slow scoring, the very defense heavy start, but then it started picking up a little bit towards the end. So do you see that? So do you see this game being similar to that game in that aspect?
I mean, the way it's looking right now, I could definitely see it, but Tom Brady didn't have, Michigan's offense was the main one, being slow. Notre Dame was moving it decent. But Brady didn't have the passing weapons that Joe Burrow has in this offense. with guys like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So I'd like to think that LSU can get something going. I mean, they're already moving it into USC territory right here. So yeah, I'd like to think LSU could get something going a little sooner than it took Michigan to figure it out. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay. That was Fournette's first rush. So, with everything that we've seen, obviously Burrow throwing a pick, but then also getting sacked, the pass rush getting to him. Do you think that LSU should, rely more on the run game, perhaps?
Not necessarily. I mean, all your best players are in the passing game. I mean, you don't want to take Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson out of the game by just trying to run the ball the whole game. And I mean, the interior of USC's defensive line is one of their strengths, and I mean the interior of this LSU offensive line is not one of the strengths of the team. The offensive line in general is not spectacular. So I try to keep trying to find holes in the secondary, wear down the defense, because these receivers are a lot better than some of these DBs.
Okay. A few, or at least a couple of first down completions that we've seen from around this offense. Fournette breaking a big one and almost getting the first.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't mean don't run the ball at all, because a guy like Fournette back there, you can definitely get you a few yards when need be.
Yeah. And even if they decide not to do that, I mean, one of the first downs did come from Fournette receiving the pass in the first. So even the running backs are being utilized in the passing game, which is always nice to see. Burrow getting the snap. He looks for the check down. Fournette tries to stiff arm him, but I believe he only got like maybe a yard or two. Either way, second and goal on the 11. Let's take a look at the replay. Throws the check down, but the defense just converges on it quickly, and Fournette can't throw him off like Derrick Henry. So now they're looking at a second and goal situation here. Joe Burrow slings it and gets the tutty. LSU tying this game up thanks to a reception from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Definitely seems like this offense is woken up after that touchdown they gave up to the USC defense. See if they can keep it up. See how USC responds.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire celebrating, and he's playing this game. From what I was told from Clyde, he's playing this game for his number one fan, Pierce Abbott, one of our many fans. And so I hope when Pierce watches this game, he appreciates that touchdown from Clyde.
Putting the whole government out there.
Worst case scenario, if you want to bleep it out later. All right, LSU looking at kick. USC returning, getting to about the 25-yard line. I know we haven't seen it yet, but do you think there's a chance for a return touchdown in any of these games that we see in this tournament?
If the line's at a half a kick return touchdown, I would definitely take the under. But I mean, it's not impossible. Big hit.
Fumble! When you got a guy like Jamal Adams, who is personally one of my favorite players in the league, when you got a guy like him making big hits like that, it's for sure going to cause a fumble, and that was just an explosive hit, and luckily paying dividends. I say if the offense could operate like they did last drive, and defense keep making stops like that, LSU could definitely run away with this game for sure.
Yeah, it's already Matthews' second fumble recovery.
Broken tackle being made and a little juke. I think breaking his ankles. Poor Polamalu Jr. Man, look at LSU putting in the effort trying to power through and break these tackles. You gotta respect the effort shown. They care. They're saying we're not going home. We want to win this tournament, and it's very respectful. Joe Burrow with the ability activated. Ethan, do you know what that ability is?
I do not. I could probably guess what it isn't.
Okay.
I would not guess that it's bazooka.
Okay.
Other than that, I think it could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Got a man wide open, and he finds him for another touchdown.
And what a touchdown by Morrow, flexing in the end zone after reception. Very quickly, this game came back into LSU's favor.
Yeah, we can kind of see how LSU is going to play this game in terms of running the ball, passing the ball. Had it on the one right there with a power back like Leonard Fournette. And if I'm not mistaken, did they just go 5 wide?
I believe they went 5 wide.
Yeah, so that kind of shows you this is going to be the LSU offense of the 2019 National Championship team that did have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. They're going to try to air this ball out just about the whole game.
Now, what does USC have to do to get back into this game?
They got to start passing the ball more. I mean, they've got receiving options.
And also I was going to add on to what you're saying and probably say protect the ball a little more because again, I'm assuming Jamal Adams has that enforcer ability, which is guaranteed hit sticks. So if you know that's coming, like I know conservative ball carrying is saved for the fourth quarter, especially like close those situations where you don't want to have turnovers. But maybe they do it a bit early, just so that they can guarantee at least try to get down there without causing a turnover.
First down.
Ronald fighting for the first. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the second quarter with LSU winning 14-7. This may not be a Super Bowl, but still a good game. It is a great game. Donald receiving the snap. Drop back a little bit, pass it to running back. Nice completion, but there's a penalty. Is it a hold?
Oh no, roughing the passer.
Oof, you hate to see that. Arden Key. First and 10 on the 46. Don't probably making an audible. And he hands the ball off. A little spin move. Gets him 2nd and 6. And kind of stacking the box a little bit. Alright, they're going for the pass. Oh, what a catch. Oh, first. I thought he might have been a little short. But no, he gets the first. Who was it that made the reception? Could you tell? Oh, that was Amon-Ra Brown. Never mind. Madden told me.
Yeah, he'll be seen majority of the time in the slot today.
Oh, another catch by St. Brown. I was about to say, another thing that might help with the avoiding the hit sticks or one of these tackles. Obviously, for those of you who do play Madden, there's 3 different types of catches: conservative, rack, and aggressive. I'd say stick with the conservatives if you can. Definitely, get down as soon as you get the ball, and try to get those completions and avoid the hit sticks if you can.
Trying to find some room on the ground. Not much there.
3 yards is 3 yards. Ooh. I will say I am surprised St. Brown got that reception just because he was looking a little tired prior to the snap.
3rd and 1. Let's see if they go back to the ground game here. It has been pretty reliable in short yardage situations.
Ooh, even Ronald looking a bit tired in the backfield. Oh, they go for the pass. Oh, they go for the curl. And it is the first.
All right, 1st and goal from the 2. Be very disappointing for them if they could not punch it in right here.
So if you're USC, do you run the ball in, which would be the smart move, or do you do what LSU did on their drive and just go, 5 wide passing play?
First down, I'd try running the ball. Ingram is going to be the power back. I don't know if they'll use him. It still looks like Ronald Jones is in the game. Ingram is also listed at fullback. But yeah, Ronald Jones going to take the handoff. Not going to get there. Only averaging 2 yards a carry. And now Ingram is going to be in the backfield. See if they try to run it with him. The listed power back in the depth chart. Defense making a stand. See if they try to run it again. I end up like it.
Sweet. I thought Jamal Adams may have had enforcer, but it looked like it hit stick tackle that couldn't connect, so that might not be the ability he has on him. Defense making some good stops though.
Yeah, great goal line stand.
Alright, so
I hate to take 3 right here.
But it's better than no points. And again, if USC's defense could just make a good stop, either give them a point or force a turnover, then those 3 points might actually be very crucial. LSU returning to the 30-yard line. Pretty good field position. Joe Burrow coming out to lead him and his offense to, hopefully another touchdown. His X Factor is still lit. And let's see what he does here.
Ooh.
Tight window, but he makes the catch.
Jefferson.
Oh, play action.
Deep ball.
Oh, he just launch it. He threw that with such confidence. I thought the tight end was gonna get it.
Yeah, not the best decision there. Throwing it into coverage would have been a very difficult catch for the tight end. I believe that is a Jarvis Landry.
Oh, Burrow hands it off. And I believe it is 4th and inches. Oh, never mind. It is 1st and 10. What a way to fight for the offense. Nico's very happy with what he's seeing from his offense.
Taking that field goal earlier for USC is going to hurt a lot more if LSU is able to put up a touchdown right here.
But the way it's looking, slowly but surely, LSU will get that touchdown. Alright. Oh,
Wide
them short crow routes have been working for the LSU offense. That has been another instance where they have thrown to that exact same route and they have converted. Running back picking up about 2 yards. Tight end gets it, puts him about 3rd and 2 on the 25. See if they hand it off on this 3rd down or they pass it. Looks like they will give the ball, but sadly the tight end cannot hold his block. 4th and 4.
And that by 3 USC Trojans in the backfield.
I believe LSU's in field goal position.
Oh, yeah. Cade York's got a cannon for a leg. Should be easy field goal range. Kick is up.
Kick is good. So, good for LSU because they get the 3 points. But it's also good for USC because not the touchdown. You know, LSU didn't get the touchdown, so all USC has to do is just score a touchdown here, get the extra point, and tie the game up. Darnold and company stepping onto the field. Ethan, what changes do you think that this offense is going to have to make if they want to get down there and score a touchdown?
I mean, their last drive was very promising. If they just keep playing a game like that, but you got to be able to punch it in when you get down to the 2 first and goal. You cannot afford to take field goals in situations like that, or LSU will match you or score touchdowns. Oh,
ooh, almost an interception. I believe that is Tre'Davious White.
I'm not sure, but this secondary has been all over the place, making plays, forcing fumbles, swatting balls down. I'm definitely seeing why this is a strength of this LSU team.
Now, speaking of down, USC gets the first down. See what I did there? I am not funny.
You know you tried.
Alright, Donald gets snapped, hands it off. You know, this drive, Ronald Jones has some pretty good runs.
He has, after a really slow start to the game. Started out averaging only about 2 yards a carry, but he has picked it up.
Oh, Sam Darnold's keeper.
You know, there's that read option that you were looking for.
And, you know, even though it was only a yard, it did work. It helped convert. You know, maybe that's their goal line play. Maybe they bring out the read option and, oh, I feel bad for Darnold because he got blown up in the back. And I also feel bad for the receiver got that sweep because he only got 1 yard. That's what Darnold does here.
You get there? He did.
And, you know, kudos to the running back. He got an elite block that bought Darnold a few more seconds, which led him to get in the first.
You know, I've been watching.
Oh, a diving pick made by Tre'Davious White.
Wow, what a play.
The dive finally works. And that's definitely a crucial play. What were you going to say before the pick?
I think I was about to make a mistake. I was looking at the left tackle, who is number 8. I think that's just a weird number. I was thinking that might have been a tight end blocking, and I was going to say he's been doing really good. But I think that's Tyron Smith, so no wonder he was doing good. Plenty of time,
he might get sacked here.
Yeah, that's a coverage sack. Had plenty of time. It's surprising none of these great receivers were able to get open. Either that or they just weren't seen by Joe Burrow.
Let's take a look at the replay. And again, Burrow did have time, but just got hit in the back and went down. Luckily, no injury. Gets up just fine. All right, let's see how much his game is affected now that his X factor is gone. Fournette getting a pretty good run, 3rd and 4 with a pickup. Now, I'm not gonna lie, those outside zone plays get a little scary just because in Madden usually sometimes, at least for me, they don't work. So, a pick thrown by Burrow. Oh, and getting chopped in the leg.
Wosu getting the pick. He's playing at stand-up linebacker in this game due to the lack of linebacker depth. Usually might see him down on the line rushing the passer. But today had adequate coverage abilities, so he's going to be out in coverage, and I mean, he makes a pick right there, so holding his own. Tre'Davious White got his X factor.
If USC is gonna make a play, get the touchdown, if they're gonna want to take back this game, it's gonna have to be this drive.
Blown up and only a gain of 1.
I can't believe we're about to be at the 2-minute warning. Or now we're at it. This game has been something else this first half. Definitely a battle of defenses, but glimmers of hope shown from both offenses. Slant route, getting them the first.
I mean, Darnold's been playing a really clean game outside of that pick, which is just a heck of a play by White.
And I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot Juju Smith was in this game. He's had 3 receptions today. You know, pretty much not anything outstanding, but he's made some plays here and there.
Out of the
Speaking of making a play,
that'll be a touchdown for USC to tie the game, pending the extra point.
Man, like I said, if USC was gonna make a play, it had to be this drive, and guess what? They do.
Now, minute 30 is plenty of time for a pass-heavy offense like LSU to get down the field and try to score before half, but definitely looking like it could be a tie going into half. Just not where you want to be if you're LSU. I mean, you look at the matchup in this game. Like at the beginning of the game, I said LSU had a lot of good matchups with their strengths and USC's weaknesses, but USC hanging in there.
Now a tie game thanks to the extra point. USC looking to punt. I mean, not punt, kick. She got it. And they return to about the 28-yard line.
Jarvis Landry on their return, so that was not Jarvis Landry earlier. I'm guessing Odell's number 80 then? Either him or Chase.
I have no earthly idea. You know, now that you mention that, you know, it would be a nice like little feature, like maybe like the next Madden has. You know how like in FIFA, like depending who has the ball, like their name will pop up at the bottom and their stamina. It'd be cool if Madden did something like that, especially like if we're like doing like this mode where we're watching the games having things like that.
I mean, I think it does it in other modes. Does it?
Not to my knowledge.
I'm not sure. Oh, no.
Oh, Burrow getting sacked and losing the ball.
You know, Burrow's been doing decent with his arm, but he's been taking too much pressure, and that's on him. I mean, he's had time some plays, but he's just been taking too many sacks this game, not getting the ball away. And that's his second fumble, putting USC in a really good field position. The other one, giving up a defensive touchdown.
You know, I definitely think either Burrow needs to find a way to scramble and get out of there, or he just has to throw the ball away before he gets hit. Because right now, if everything goes right for USC, this is going to lead to some points on the board for them. And I'm
almost got the pick back.
Yeah, if USC has a good drive of the game, or a good drive right now, and they'll definitely get points up before half. All battling for the first. Darnold looking to throw. And close but no cigar to the first.
Still just one timeout. And they will.
Oh, Darnold throwing a touchdown. St. Brown with a tutty. All doing those little dancey dance in the end zone. Wow. This is definitely a crazy turn of events here. Yeah, LSU was looking dominant at one point, but now, because of Joe Burrow's fumble, the team's a little bit of shambles right now.
Yeah, I mean, USC got the early defensive touchdown. LSU then rattled off 2 touchdowns of their own to take a 14-7 lead. But since then, I mean, it's been 17-3 on the scoreboard since then in favor of USC. LSU's been, I mean, they've been slow on offense again like they were at the beginning of the game.
Do you think LSU can score in these next 25 seconds?
I think they're capable of it, but based on what I've seen so far, I don't know that they will be able to. It also depends on how hard they try to, but, you know, a great return there. They should definitely try. I mean, Cade York's got a great leg. Try to at least put up 3 on the scoreboard before half.
Bro,
I wouldn't expect him to run the ball.
Do you think Burrow's mentality is affected by the fumbles that he's had?
I mean, I wouldn't think so. They call timeout, and they do.
Sadly not.
You gotta start moving the ball vertical.
I was about to say, definitely not. You can't be getting these -2 yards.
There's one.
Oh, what a snag!
Catch.
Oh, Palomar Jr. trying to get a tackle. Oh, they got to call timeout here.
Easily in field goal range now. Great catch and run by Jefferson. Kick is good.
24-20.
High scoring game so far. Already 44 combined points between these two teams.
You know, I was about to critique Burrow in the offense. I think instead of having the running back on a route, they should have had him in pass protect. But I mean, hey, they got not only did they get the first, but they got in the field goal range and got points for them. So I think that's just time for me to shut my mouth.
Jefferson and Burrow already connecting for over 100 yards just between the two. See if they can replicate that in the second half. Yeah, USC leads 24-20 at the end of the first half. It's been interesting so far. I did not expect this. Definitely did not expect 24 points put up by USC, but I mean, that's largely due to LSU's offense putting them in great situations. Obviously, the defensive touchdown and another fumble, putting them really close to the end zone. If LSU can limit turnovers, stay consistent on offense in the second half, I do think they will be able to come away with this game. I don't think USC is going to be able to keep up the pace on offense with this LSU secondary. I do think they'll force a couple more turnovers. And overall, I do think LSU will still come out on top, so I'm not changing my pick. How are you still feeling about picking USC, Miguel?
You know, I'm going to be honest. I was going to ask you if you had changed your pick, but you answered my question. Honestly, I'm very impressed with what I've seen from USC. Again, I think we're very both surprised how this game is turning out. I'm going to stick with, as much as I loved what I've seen from LSU's defense, I am going to stick with USC on this one. All right, Joe Shicey going 5 wide. Oh, trying to throw the quick slant, but you know, the pass deflected, resulting in incompletion. But with this pass, it connects and it gets the first. Burrow looking pumped. Great separation on the route. I believe that is Jamar Chase. All right, let's see what the offense goes for here. Oh, they sling it to Jay Jettas. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You take away the 2 interceptions. You take away the 2 interceptions Joe Burrow has, and then you take away the fumbles. Pretty spectacular game.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's a lot to take away.
Yeah.
He's definitely made some costly plays. Definitely hasn't made up for all those yet.
All right. What does he go for here? 1st and 10 on the 43. Gets the ball.
That's one to Chase.
I'm telling you, man, them curl routes. Joe Shiesty is lit up with his X Factor. Again, still unknown on what it is.
And there he is.
But it will be taken away from him.
Taking a sack when he really doesn't have to. he has the ability to scramble out and try to make plays. He just hasn't shown it this game. Looking like a statue back there.
Do you think it's because of playbook? Do you think it's just a him thing? What do you believe is his reason for not scrambling?
I'm not sure. I mean, I believe they are running the Buffalo playbook, which Josh Allen is. He's definitely no statue back there.
Agreed. Lamar throwing it, getting it 3rd and 16. I'm sorry, Joe Burrow throwing it. They're slinging it again. And he will get the first. Gets hit hard though.
Finds a wide open Jamar Chase right there. Picks up a very long conversion. Need to see more of that. Don't want to put yourself in any more of those situations where you have to make those long conversions.
And definitely LSU needs points on the board. Realistically, touchdown would be the move. If they do get the field goal, they would be down 1, which is not realistically the best scenario.
And that is just a
poor
poor
decision. Which is actually the worst decision. Oh, Palomalu Jr. almost taking it, but is caught by Burrow.
Big play there by Ufanga. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
What a catch.
Yeah, as soon as he started turning upfield, that was too long of a throw across the field to just expect no DBs to be able to break on that. I mean, that was just a poor decision.
Agreed. Oh, Darnold trying to take it himself. And he gets a pretty good distance.
Just short of the first.
Oh, what a reception.
Great run there by Ronald Jones, making it 2nd and inches. LSU looking really slow right now. On both sides of the ball. It's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. Field goal helps him a little bit, but a touchdown gives him a 2-possession lead. Here in the 2nd half, that would be huge. Let's see, 2nd and goal from the 5 here. They really can do anything, run or pass. They're going to opt to run the ball. Running the ball has been tricky all game. Still tricky right there. Ronald Jones hasn't really been able to get going. He's had a couple solid carries, but for the most part, LSU's defensive line's been making plays. And they're going to get a stop. 4th and goal. And they will be forced to kick a field goal, make it a 7. Oh, it's a fake. Oh, man. He had him open.
Now they go for the fake, and sadly, it did not go well. Jamal Adams hitting the kicker before he could release it.
Interesting choice to fake it right there. You know, I respect it.
You know, the move for USC would be possibly a safety, but they're definitely not going to get it with that run.
Fournette, just over 4 yards a carry.
Can Burrow and the squad go coast to coast on this drive?
LSU looking at the ground game a little more right here. Gotta wonder if that's because Joe Burrow's 3 picks already.
You know, I'd have to assume so, and I think it's definitely the smarter plan. I mean, Fournette isn't a bad running back at all. I think mainly comes down to the O-line if they can hold their blocks.
And the passing game has been working. They've been getting a lot of yards that way. They just every single turnover they've had has been due to the passing game. It's been on passing plays, whether it be interceptions or Joe Burrow getting sacked and fumbling the football. Running game definitely a lot safer to try to put points on the board. A lot more conservative. And you definitely want to try to do that before it gets too out of hand here with USC taking a 2-possession lead where you kind of force yourself to pass the ball. They're going to go for a pass right here.
Oh, Joe Burrow gets sacked.
You just cannot have that.
And I mean, again, you were talking about it. All mistakes made were during passing plays, and that has been a big one right there. Allowing Joe Burrow to get sacked. And it's very unfortunate to see, especially with the potential that this offense has. I mean, kudos to USC for their defense playing good, but yeah.
See if they can pick up the 3rd and 14. Burrow got time. You gonna be able to run for it? Nope.
He will not be able to. It is 4th and 3. Now, if you are LSU, do you go for it here?
Absolutely not.
So.
You got lucky enough that USC went for a fake field goal last time and didn't convert. You don't want to put them in good field position.
I believe that's the first fake field goal we've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. It is the first in the tournament for sure. First fake anything.
Yeah, maybe if you're at LSU, you go for the fake punt right here. I was expecting a little too much. All right.
Now you rely on the defense to get you a stop. You definitely have a solid defense, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem.
All right, Sam Darnold and the rest of the KFC offense. I mean, USC offense.
All right, that was on purpose.
I'm a little hungry. Okay, leave me alone. Ladies and gentlemen, for you wondering at home, no, this game is not sponsored. But maybe one day.
Definitely not.
One day. We're going to have it one day. No. They don't go under center. Hand the ball off to Ronald Jones, who gets pushed for a good 7 yards.
Joe Burrow lecturing his players on the sideline like he hasn't been the major reason that they're losing this game. I mean, I'm surprised that it's only a 4-point game in USC's favor. They play there by the defense. But I'm surprised it's only a 4-point game with all the turnovers that they've had, all the good field position that they've given them. I mean, giving up a defensive touchdown.
Definitely some Zach Wilson vibes coming off of Burrow right now. And I got a question for you, good sir.
Yes, sir.
If USC gets a touchdown here, not even a football, a touchdown, do you think it might be over for LSU, especially with the way the offense has been going?
No. I don't think so. I mean, they're not going to get it. They're going to have to punt right here. But even if they did, I mean, the offense has been able to move the ball at times when they've had to pass the ball. So if they were down 2 scores, they'd be forced to pass the ball more. They just have to play clean and not get sacked, not throw an interception. So I wouldn't say it's over. This team's definitely capable of moving the ball down the field quickly if need be. They just haven't had success once they actually get down there. I mean, so yeah, it's definitely not over by any means.
Oh, a good spot for the punt. LSU will have to start the 8-yard line. Not gonna lie, I'm hoping to see our first safety of the tournament. Or wait, have we seen a safety in this tournament already?
I don't think we have.
I mean, possible first safety. If Burrow keeps getting sacked like he has been, I mean, there's definitely a hope there. Very bold of them to go play action first play. Oh, do you think this is smart play calling by the offense? I mean, I know they just got the first down, but in any other scenario, is that the right play call?
On second down, yes. I wouldn't run the ball on 2nd and 10. Considering the run game hasn't been dominant by any stretch, but first play, I don't know that I would have launched the ball down the field via play action.
Well, this one definitely won't be a play action. It's a handoff, but I believe Fournette tripped on either his teammate or the turf, making it 2nd and 9. You know, that'd be an interesting feature to see in Madden. I mean, we see in some of these NFL games that, you know, depending on the kind of field it is, it could affect the players. So maybe if they had a thing where, like, depending on what stadium you're in and depending on if you're working with turf or not, maybe that affects the players in a certain way.
That would be an interesting touch. I know players get injured a lot more on turf fields.
I mean, considering that one of the teams we're looking at, LSU, they got Odell, and you know, when he got injured in the Super Bowl, you know, it was arguably due to the field. So I mean, it'd definitely be an interesting mechanic to see.
Did he get his feet in? No, tackled out of bounds.
Although that was in a weak catch. All right, let's see what Joe Burrow and company come up with here. All right, going with the pass again.
Oh, wide open.
What a pass.
Finds Jamar Chase.
LSU. Taking a little bit of a bow. Definitely deserved.
He's definitely been able to find his 2-star receivers between Chase and Jefferson. Very reminiscent of the college offense that all three of them had.
Bro, again, absolutely pumped about him making up for his mistakes.
And just like that, they got a lead.
Now, can they either hold it or extend it? Or can USC find a way to take back what they have lost?
I mean, USC's offense has been very inconsistent the entire game. I think it's up to LSU's. Honestly, I think it's up to their offense at this point. How conservative they play the game. I think their defense is going to get them some stops. It's just a matter of, can they move the ball down the field? Can they put their defense in better situations to try to maintain this lead?
All right. Oh, what a pitch. But it gets blown up in the backfield going 2nd and 16.
Arden Key making a great play. And that will bring us to the fourth quarter. LSU going into the fourth with a 27-24 lead.
I do find it interesting that, if I'm remembering correctly, every game that we have seen so far, one team has gone scoreless in one of the quarters.
I mean, that's not a shock. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that might happen in almost every game.
4th and 14, USC having a punt here. Let's hope their defense can hold up on LSU's offensive drive coming up. And USC punts, and not a. I mean, it was a decent punt. To the 42.
I mean, it's not going to be the best when you have a crappy punter back there. That's one of the consequences of not having a punter or kicker in the game. Only 80 kick power on them. Just enough to get them by.
All right, let's see what Burrow and his team can do here. Swings it to Odell Beckham Jr. You know, his number hasn't been called many times today, but when it has, he has made some plays. Fournette getting blown up in the backfield, making it 2nd and 13.
Yeah, he's definitely slowed down a little bit. Almost down to 3 yards a carry.
I mean, again, for that reason, probably go back to the passing game, but at the same time, again, with the interceptions, sacks, things like that, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick what you stick with,
Yeah, I mean, especially at this stage in the game, debating whether or not you want to try to keep airing it out with already throwing 3 interceptions. 3rd and 3. See if they rely on Fournette to pick up 3 yards. Might be in field goal range if they can't pick it up. Would only give them a 6-point lead, though.
I think the perfect balance for this LSU offense would be throw short routes.
Yep, there's one right there.
To get as many yards as possible. And then if you have like a 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, then you punch it in before that and your backs to secure the first.
Yeah, I like that play call right there. Nothing complicated. Just short little curl route to the tight end, over the middle. Just enough for the first to keep this drive alive. Another curl right there, keeping it simple.
And then right here, I'd probably hand it off to the back to guarantee the first. We'll see if they do that or if they go completely different. Maybe they go play action and have me bamboozled. Go for the pass, and he gets sacked.
That is his 3rd and a half sack this game.
Until USC has 8 sacks. That's astounding right there.
It is looking like Joe Burrow's offensive line his first couple years in Cincinnati. Not getting, I mean, the protection hasn't been that bad. He's just been taking too much time back there.
I mean, I think at some plays it could be arguably the O-line's fault, but definitely a majority of this game has been Joe Burrow's issue.
Got time right here, but he's just gonna and then
he coughs it up. USC having the potential to come back on this one.
That is just tough.
I mean, I kind of wish we had a better view of the field, because I want to see if the receivers are getting open, and if this is truly Burrow's fault. Because it could be that the receivers aren't getting open, and we're just not seeing that. But I mean,
either way, Joe Burrow's got to find a way to get out of the pocket, throw the ball away. If nobody's open, he can't just keep backpedaling and taking sacks.
You do have a good point. And Darnold almost taking a sack right there, but luckily gets the ball off.
Yeah, see,
Joe Burrow should be taking notes.
And like I said before, it's going to be up to LSU's offense whether or not they keep this lead. And they don't even have to score the ball. They just got to not make mistakes. Huge mistake right there by Burrow, giving USC a great chance to try to drive down the field. Great field position. And all they need is a field goal to tie.
And so USC goes here. Go for the pass.
Chance for a big stop right here. And they will get it.
Donald breaks off a sack, but then gets sacked by, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name, making it 4th and 16.
I believe it's pronounced Gacho, but don't quote me on that. Either way, great play by this LSU defense to force a punt. And oh boy, we get to see this offense again, which has not been...
That's not been the most exciting statement made this game.
I mean, it's been the offense has been exciting. They've been able to move the ball, make plays, but it's also been exciting for this defense because they've also been able to make plays due to costly mistakes by Joe Burrow.
Agreed. LSU getting started at 21 on the return.
10 minutes on the dot left to go. You look at Jamar Chase's stat line today. Him and Jefferson both having great days through the air. When Burrow does throw the ball, he's been able to make plays.
Oh, Fournette getting the ball in his hands. Oh, there is a flag on the field.
Yep.
Definitely something LSU does not need right now.
Luckily for them, it only pushed them back to 4th and 14.
Joe
Nice
Burrow
Fournette out of the
off,
backfield.
and that is 2nd and 6.
It's going to be right about where they would have been if that holding never happened.
Going 5 wide, empty backfield. Is this a smart call? A quick jump
Off
off, getting the first, getting a little shove.
Off his back foot there.
I believe that is Chase getting the reception right there. I was going with a little hurry-up offense.
Fournette, huge hole. Easy
thought it might have
first.
been thought it was going to be a face mask call, but it is not. Alright, let's see what Burrow does here.
Right at midfield. 1st and 10. Quick
Slings
slant.
it.
Jefferson picking up the first.
10 receptions, 155 yards. That is crazy numbers.
And the other thing that gives Chase a little edge right now is that he caught that huge touchdown pass earlier in the game. But other than that, Jefferson's been a lot more reliable target this game.
Burrow getting the snap.
Speaking of Chase, it's going to be good for about 21 yards.
That's a huge gain right there.
Just like
Joe
that,
Burrow.
he's passed Jefferson for yards.
Joe Burrow looking like Tampa Bay. James Winston going 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Handball. Fournette doing a little hurdle.
Oh,
getting the first and some more.
What a
Fournette
run.
making a big play right there. That could turn the tide. Or keep the tide going. Completely forgot LSU had the lead.
Could have been
what a hurdle. That was nasty.
See if they'll give it back to him. They will, and he will walk into the end zone. That'll give LSU a 2-possession lead here. Late in the 4th.
Does USC have the chance? Do they have a chance of coming back and maybe tying it up?
Not likely. I mean, you look at other teams that have been in similar situations in this tournament so far. You look at Michigan against Notre Dame. They were down 3 scores, and they did end up scoring twice to make it a 1-possession game at one point. But they were going against a much easier defense. I don't know that this LSU defense will give up the big plays necessary to get back in this game for USC.
Let's see what USC defense can do here. I'm sorry, their offense. Alright. USC returning to about the 25-yard line. Sam Darnold coming out, hopefully, hoping that he can lead his team to a comeback. Let's see what they do here. I'll hand the ball off. Ronald Jones gets about 3 yards. Let's see what Darwin does here.
Oh, pick.
Throws a pick.
And that will be a house call. Yeah, I think that might wrap it up.
I was gonna call it game's over. That's a shame. USC looking like they were gonna have the upset, but sadly that has gone to shambles. $41 to 24. You know, Ethan, you did call it. You did say LSU was going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they'd be able to hold this team back forever. This is a playmaking defense, a really explosive offense. But I will say, they cannot come out this slow in later games in the tournament. Luckily for them, they won't have to meet Alabama if they make it that far until the championship game. But on their side of the bracket, they're going to have to face the winner of Wisconsin and Iowa in the next round. That should be a matchup that they can take care of. But also on their side of the bracket, they got Ohio State. Now, we haven't seen Ohio State play yet. They might struggle just like this. But on paper, oh, there's another pick. And that will be another pick six.
Oh, my God.
USC just collapsing.
This is just... I truly believe that USC, specifically John, just has now given up. That is... Oh, what in the name of Jesus?
Yeah, as I was saying, LSU will not be able to come out this slow in future games and expect to get by like this. I mean, you look at the scoreboard now, it looks like they're running away with it, but no, this game was very close. They were a few plays away from... Ultimately, I mean, they very easily still could have lost this game. But they made plays towards the end. I mean, if they play like they have towards the end of this game, they can compete with just about anybody. Alabama made plays just like this against Mississippi State. But, I mean, yeah, very disappointed with the way the offense played, especially Joe Burrow. You know, not necessarily the whole offense, mainly Joe Burrow, actually. Just taking too much time in the pocket, taking too many sacks, too many poor decisions in the passing game.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
I know, like, definitely, I feel like the offensive side of both teams have definitely been their weakest. The weakest part of the team. Definitely the defense on both sides has been what's really stood out to me, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, it's LSU defense, especially the secondary, has been all over the place.
Oh, so I know we normally say this for the end of the game, but you know, with however many with like 4-something minutes left, and with obviously the game being put away, who would you say is the MVP?
Offensively, Joe Burrow's out. He's made too many mistakes. I mean, he will have a lot of yards, quite a few passing touchdowns, but offensively, I'd look to either Jefferson or Chase. I'd have to look at their stat lines and compare. Defensively, I mean, we just had 2 pick sixes. I'll see how many tackles each of those guys put up. Tyrann Mathieu had 2 fumble recoveries. There's a couple other forced fumbles. It's kind of hard to tell right now. There's a bunch of people that have stood out this game. So without looking at the box score, I don't really have anybody specific in mind right now. Do you think you know who you're going with?
I mean, I think I agree with you on the offense side. Definitely Jettas or Chase. I mean, both have been playing extremely well. I wouldn't call him MVP, but definitely an underrated player on the offense. Yeah, Fournette, you know, he has made a couple big plays here and there. On the defense, I mean, there's been various guys on defense that made plays. I mean, Jamal Adams, caused the fumble. Davis White multiple pass breakups and an interception.
Oh, there's another forced fumble.
Those and this fumble occurred for Jamal. I mean, truly, there's. I mean, I don't think whoever you pick on defense, I don't think it's a wrong choice because everybody has made a play. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I might give the player of the game to the entire defense because I mean, they've given up 24, but you look at how the USC scored those 24. One was a defensive touchdown, so there's that. LSU also turned the ball over and basically gave USC the ball either near or in the red zone, which they scored a quick touchdown. You take those points off the board, I don't know how they were set up in field position-wise for those other 10 points, but this defense hasn't given up very much this game.
I have to agree with you on that one. Again, definitely the defensive side being stronger than the offensive side. But that when I say that, the only person who really sucked on the offensive side is Burrow. Everybody else had a decent game.
Nope. Oh, ooh. Got back in time. They just try to milk some of this clock. Go with the screen pass.
Burrow somehow not throwing a pick on that one. Decent game. Alright. You think Burrow tries to get another touchdown just to pet the stats?
Nah, if they don't get it this play, which they'll just run the ball, I think they'll milk this clock down to triple zeros right here. If they do snap it, it'll be another run.
And ladies and gentlemen, the game is finally over.
You know, overall it was a pretty entertaining game. Definitely could have been a blowout from the start. But USC making it interesting, largely due to LSU's faults.
And being
6 takeaways each. You said what?
I said at least LSU, other than takeaways, beating them in every category.
Yep, 6 takeaways for each team. Definitely a lot of turnovers. Let's see the box score. Player of the game. Is he going to move? Oh, this is not the box score. Third player stats. Yeah, Burrow, I mean, he had a great completion percentage. I mean, you look at this, you don't think he had a bad game. But 3 picks. He's not even going to be listed in rushing because he didn't have any rushing yards. But fumbled the ball at least twice, in which USC recovered. Great games for Jefferson and Chase. I guess if you had to pick one, you give it to Chase. I do feel like Jefferson was more consistent throughout the game, though. A lot of sacks given up, especially by LSU. Alright, let's see. Devin White. I mean, he might be... Everson Griffin did have 3.5, but that's on USC. Pass deflection. He did have a touchdown.
Yeah, he's got the interception. I mean, Devin White definitely making I think is a good case for defensive player, or just player of the game in general.
Yeah, led the team in tackles for loss. Only 2 sacks for the team.
Yeah, Tre'Davious White having one of those big interceptions.
So it's kind of White and Jamar Chase for me.
I'll back you on that one.
But overall, if I could give it to a group, I'd game, place, made a lot of plays.
Yeah, no, definitely defense. Kudos to both defenses, and kudos to both teams. But LSU, despite Joe Burrow's mistakes, just somehow the better team.
Yep, and then with that being said, we will go ahead and close this one out. Another great game in the books, Game 5. Not sure what the next game will be. I mean, there's only 3 to choose from. So, and yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.
Peace.